Hey guys, this is Christopher Khayman Lee. I just wanted to thank you all with this little video for all the love that you've given me on my fan page and my Instagram page and my Twitter account and my website and my other Facebook pages and all this shit that I got. I got all these pages. It's great. So I wanted to thank you with a little Q&A video. You guys ask a lot of questions, so I'm going to try to answer as many of them as I can. And to help me do that, I have Danny and Josh here. They're not on camera, but what they're going to do is they're going to read off the questions that you guys have asked me. So they're going to say who it is, which one of you it is that's asking that, and then they're going to ask me the question. So Danny, take it away. What's the first question?
Beth Ward asks, how can we get your autograph for our collection?
Okay, how do we get my autograph? My autograph for your collection. Right now, it's not set up, but we will set it up on the website, www.westcoastcomics.net, that you can order it there. And it'll be through PayPal, right? So, yeah. So, that's how you can get it. Barring seeing me at a convention. So, there you go. www.westcoastcomics.net, in case you didn't get it the first time. What else, Josh?
Nathan Blue asks, the comic is looking great. Do you have anything on Comixology?
Awesome. Thank you for saying the comic looks great. Do we have anything on Comixology? No, we don't. Not yet. At the moment, we are still a small fish in a very, very big pond. And the bigger fish, say the Marvel fish and the DC fish and the Dark Horse fish and all them, they would eat us alive. So, when we get to be a little bit bigger of a fish, then we will be there. Hopefully soon. Danny?
David Miller is asking, did you keep any memorabilia from the show? If so, can you please show us?
Okay, did I keep any memorabilia from the show? No. Because when I first got onto the show, the prop masters and the wardrobe department, they both pulled me aside like day one, and they told me, yeah, you're not going to get to keep anything. And I was a kid when I was on the show. I was 19 or 20, and I was like, okay, but why? And the answer is Jason Frank. He apparently stole everything off the show. If it wasn't nailed down, he took it. And they knew it, the producers. So they kind of got wise to it and made sure that nobody else took anything quite like he did. But they did give me one thing, and I have that right here. This is the one thing that I got from Saban. That is me on my surfboard, the Galaxy Glider. This is it. This is what I got. I also have a bunch of other toys. The figures, my figure. I have Ecliptor's figure. I had to buy those myself. So, I'm not jaded. Who's next?
Jeremy Michael Ratty. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong.
Okay. Go ahead.
Would you ever be up for a Fan Ranger film project if the project looked interesting and fun?
Okay, so would I do a Fan Ranger film? Would I star in one? I'm assuming that you probably mean as Andros, not as some other character. I would have to look at the script and see what it is. See what's going on in there. If I enjoyed it, if I liked what you guys came up with, then I don't know, maybe. You'll have to talk to Edgar about that. Edgar Martinez. He's basically my manager and all this stuff. So anything Power Rangers related goes to him first. And they can get in touch with him on the site, right? So, yeah. Just on our site, westcoastcomics.net, you can get in touch there, leave a message, and Edgar will see it, and he will let me know whoever has a Power Ranger movie for me. I'd much rather play like Bulk or Skull, though, because they were much more fun characters than Andros, who's kind of an asshole. But whatever. Next.
Lori Henderson asked, what were your favorite memories as a Power Ranger? Either on Power Rangers in Space or any team-ups.
Favorite memory from Power Rangers: beating the hell out of 3 Ninja Turtles. That's always an easy one because I grew up with Ninja Turtles. Uh, I'm about 600 years old. So I was there when it first started out as a cartoon, and I loved it. I loved Ninja Turtles. And then when I was on this show, when I was on Power Rangers, I didn't know that they had a live-action Ninja Turtle TV show. Because at that point I was like 20, so I was like, whatever, I don't care anymore. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, Ninja Turtles! And then I read the script, and it was like, yeah, Andros beats the shit out of 3 Ninja Turtles, and I was like, I can live with that, yeah, I'm good with that. So, that was it. Ninja Turtle beating. What do you got, Josh?
Steven Sang asks, do you regret being a Power Ranger? And forgive me if this sounds weird. And how did it change your life for the better?
That's a very interesting question. Do I regret being a Power Ranger, and how did it make my life better? That kind of goes one way and then it goes the other way. Do I regret being a Power Ranger? No. How did it make my life better? That's a much better question. If I had not gotten Power Rangers, I would have probably still been living in Miami. If I was still living in Miami, it means I never would have lived in LA. If I never would have lived in LA, I never would have met Danny over there. And if I never met Danny, I never would have met Josh. And none of this with West Coast Comics would have ever happened. So, how has it made my life better? Well, it's given me a purpose. That is our comic. So, I personally think that makes my life better. There we go.
All right. That was very sweet, by the way.
I know. Well, I'm a sweet guy. Who beats the hell out of Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah. That's something you'll have over me the rest of your fucking life.
I know. Shout it out, Danny.
Alyssa C. Collier asks, by any chance, would you sport two-tone long hair and the ponytail again?
No. No. I am not doing ponytail and ridiculous, stupid blonde stripe hair ever again. That is just done. In fact, right now, with this is too long. I gotta get this cut. So no more stripy skunk hair. That's actually what I got a lot when I was on set. Was I got called the skunk because I had stripes. So not because I stink, but because of the. At least I hope it was because I stink shit. But yeah, no, not doing that. No more with that hair. No. What's up, Josh?
All right, Randy Young asks, how hard was it to get your hair two-tone for Power Rangers in space if it wasn't that already?
It was most definitely not like that before I started on the show. In fact, when I first signed on to do the show, they told me that it was going to be a wig. That's why I signed right up for it. And then when I landed in LA, they said, surprise! We're going to bleach your hair now. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I'm a 20-year-old kid. I don't know. How hard was it? Excruciatingly painful. I know that probably sounds like, that makes me sound really girly or whatever. You just get your hair colored. No. They had to bleach stripes into my hair, which means that they had to separate, lines and stuff into my hair. And the bleaching process, the first time that we did it, took 8 hours of my head being on fire. And then, because my hair has a tendency to grow somewhat fast, we had to redo it every month because the roots would start to show. So every month I had to get my hair re-bleached. First time was 8 hours, then the second time was 6 hours, then the next time was 5 hours, and then 4 hours, and after a while we got it down to a science where it was maybe 3 hours or something like that, which is still, that's a little bit of a long time to sit in a chair and have bleach poured all over your scalp, but a lot better than 8 hours. It was painful, Really painful. Up until that point in my life, I had never had anything in my hair before. I mean, shampoo, sure. Conditioner, yeah. Anything that like changed its color or anything like that, no, nothing. So I remember the head makeup woman on our show was Rosanna, and she said, oh, so you got virgin hair, and I was like, yeah, and she said, okay, well, this shouldn't be too bad. It was. It was painful. Don't bleach your hair. It hurts. It's not good for your hair either, I guess. I don't know, that's what I heard. Next!
Oh, man. Pauline Petrutis asks, will you ever come to a con in Chicago? Did you ever keep the locket that you wore as Andros?
Okay, so will I ever go to a con in Chicago? Absolutely. If there's a convention there, I will go there. I would love to go there. I've never been to Chicago, so, I hear it's kind of windy. That's what they call it, right? The Windy City. So, yeah. I don't know. We would all go to a convention in Chicago. Absolutely. Did I get to keep the locket? No. Because you can't keep anything on Power Rangers. Everything is theirs. So, that's just the rules. What else?
Alex Sang asks, when you helped the thieves to escape, why did you hit the button twice to morph?
Okay, that's a very, very, very specific question. When I helped the thieves, why did I hit the button twice to morph? Unfortunately, I have a very simple answer for you. That was probably an editing mistake. That's it. There's no special reason why you would have seen me hit the thing 2 times. Just would have been a slight editing mistake. That's it. Those kinds of things happen all the time on TV shows, movies, whatever. So that's all. No secret agenda with that. What's up, Danny?
So Barbara Maria asks, when will you come to Brazil? Your Brazil fans are waiting for you.
Yes, I do seem to have a slight following in Brazil. That's fantastic. I love that. I will go to Brazil once I learn Portuguese. That way I can actually talk to you. Because otherwise I'm just going to sit there and look like an idiot. I have no idea what else to say or do there. So, but I would like to go to Portugal. I'd like to go to Brazil. It's the same language. So, no, I would like to go to Brazil. So, whenever I can. I will knock on your door first, Barbara.
Katie Benson asks, does it surprise you that you are a lot of people's favorite Red Ranger?
No. No, it doesn't surprise me. And I'm not saying that out of vanity. I am saying that, honestly, it doesn't surprise me. And the reason why is because my character on the show was the first Power Ranger to be an asshole. That was what they told me. That's what they had in mind for the character right from the get-go was, you're an asshole. They pulled me aside and they said, you're not supposed to be, Andros is not supposed to be very likable or anything like that. So I honestly can understand why my character would be popular. Not because everybody wants to like the bad guy or anything like that, but because it's different from what everybody else was before that. Everybody else had their own characters, yes, and all their characters had, this guy's into that, and that girl, she does this, I'm a cheerleader, and I like photography or something, I don't know, whatever the hell their characters liked. But they were all the nice, sweet, good guy. My character was not supposed to be like that. My character was supposed to be an asshole who has the Force. Isn't that awesome enough? I mean, come on. What's next?
Justin Smith is asking, what was your favorite superhero growing up as a kid, and why? And did you ever collect comic books?
Okay, favorite superhero growing up as a kid. Now, I have gone on my Facebook page before, and I've told everybody that my favorite comic book character is the Beast, and that is true. He is my absolute 100% hands down favorite character. However, as a kid, he was not because I didn't know that much about the X-Men. I didn't know anything about the X-Men. As a kid, my actual favorite comic book character was Iron Man. And the reason why was because I did not know that it was a dude in a suit. I thought he was a robot. So I was like, robots are really cool, man. I like robots, so let's go with robot. And then I found out that it's Tony Stark in a suit, and I was like, whatever. But that would be who and why. And did I ever collect comics as a kid? No. I actually never started getting into... I didn't start getting into collecting comics until I was probably, I don't know, mid-20s, something like that. I have a very modest collection of comics, but I do have some pretty good ones. I have like Spawn, #1 and #2. Spider-Man 2099, #1. Got most of the Age of Apocalypse series. I got all of the... What is it? The X-Men 1602 series, something like that. I think it's called 1602. Yeah, that's what I have. I have more stuff, but like just interspersed here and there. Oh, here's Pitt, which most people don't even know who the hell Pitt is, but I actually have some of the comics for that. Yeah, I like collecting them, but I don't have a huge collection, so I'm working on it. Give me a break. What's next?
Leo Corbett asks, are you blown away that they did ask you to come back for the Super Mega Force for the big battle?
I was pretty happy to hear that they were considering bringing me back. I knew they were going to bring a lot of people back, and when I got the call, I was like, oh, that's cool, man. Unfortunately, not everybody's schedule worked with what they were doing, so mine included. So I couldn't do it. But, that was very nice that they thought of me at least.
Enid Snyder says, "Eee!"
That's not a question, but I love it. That's fantastic. It's a squee noise.
Brian McNiff asks, was it difficult to join a group of actors who had already been working together for so long, or did you think that made the transition easier?
That's a good question. Okay, so was it difficult to join a group of actors that had been working together so long? I think everybody likes to say, like, everybody likes to answer something with, well, my situation was different. In this case, my situation was a little different than most other people's, and the only reason why is because the producers, they pulled me aside and they told me, not only your character is supposed to be an asshole, you're supposed to not be very likable. So, you're not going to get along with the Power Rangers. I mean, the other characters. But they also told me it would probably be in your best interest not to really get to know any of the other cast members, because that way it would be more in character, and you're not gonna know them, and whatever. They were like going mega method, if that's a thing. Of course, that was not going to happen. There was no way that I was going to avoid people that I'm going to work with for over a year. I'm never going to hang out with them or anything like that. So I'm sure they probably realized that at some point too, that yeah, that's kind of a stupid thing to throw onto him. First day that he comes here and he meets these people. It was just difficult at first, just because they kind of had that hanging over my head. Don't get to know them. I don't know. What else? What was the other part of the question? Was it?
Did you think it made the transition easier?
Did it make the transition easier? No. It did not help things at all. But after a short while, it didn't take very long before I got to hang out with and get to know the other actors. So, but yeah, the way that they initially had it set up, not the easiest for me to make friends on set, not with the other actors. So there we go.
Luis Meza Garcia says, "OMG, where have you been all these years?"
Where have I been all these years? Living here in LA. working on a comic book. It's called LA Crazy Town. Go check it out. It's www.westcoastcomics.net. That's where I've been. That's where all three of us have been. We've been working on this shit forever. Check it out. Buy a shirt. Buy all the shirts.
Oh man.
Victoria Lang says, what's it? Not much of a question, rather a comment. Just wanted to say thank you for being awesome and that you still look pretty darn good.
That is very nice of you. Thank you very much. That is more of a comment than it is a question, but you know what? I'll take it. I like it when somebody tells me I look pretty darn good. I love hearing that.
Dana Ray Phelps says, who was your suit actor, and let's see, what was it like working with him and the other suit actors?
Okay, so who was my suit actor? Well, I had three. The main, the head guy that was the lead stuntman, his name was, is Hiroshi Maeda. And Maeda-sama was the top dog as far as the stuntmen go. He was the Red Ranger. But when he wasn't in the suit, it was Takahiro. And when it wasn't Takahiro, when they were doing B-roll, it was either Takaharu or it was Ken Bazooka. Honestly, I think everybody at some point or another was in the Red Ranger suit, at least for a day. I don't know. But, yeah, the main one, Hiroshi, then Takahiro, and then Takaharu. And then, what was it?
What was it like working with them?
What was it like working with them? It was grueling and painful. They're slave drivers. And they were also, like, the best people I ever met. They worked my ass so hard when I was working out with them. There was actually days when I couldn't get out of bed because every muscle, neck down, every muscle is torn because they just don't stop. They are like robots. They just could keep going and they could run up walls and shit. And I was just like, how do you do that? I want to do it. It was easily both the most painful and the most rewarding part of the job was working with those guys, the stuntmen. They were just incredible. So, all the respect out to them. Was there another part to it? Or next?
Rukia Rose just wants to say, love you.
Rukia Rose, I love you too. Thank you. I love you more. What else?
That's mine.
Josh?
What is it? Next question from Danny Cuevas.
Okay.
Asks, how was it like working with the Ninja Turtles?
Okay, Danny. Danny Cuevas. That name sounds surprisingly familiar to me. What was it like working with the Ninja Turtles? Well, as I explained this to Danny earlier, they're not real. They were people in the suits. In fact, they were our own stunt guys. Our own stunt guys were wearing the suits. The suits were really well made, but they look very different from the first live-action movie, the 1990. I think it was 1990. The Ninja Turtles movie, the first one. They didn't look the same, and that was really the first. That was the only idea of like Ninja Turtles, real life Ninja Turtles that I had in my head. So when I saw the suits, they looked different. I was shocked that. Well, I guess I really wasn't shocked, but I was really impressed with how well our guys could work in the suit. Because while it's exceptionally difficult to see out of the helmet on the Power Rangers helmet because of the black visor thing, that shit is dark. Like black wall. You can't see through it. I mean, you can see through it, but like just barely. With the Ninja Turtles, no, you just can't see through it. There's no eye holes. There's nothing. You have to just go on muscle memory on on how a fight works. You have to just go specifically by muscle memory, and that's what our guys did. And I know they made me look really good because I got to beat the crap out of three of them at the same time. But they're doing it blindfolded, basically. It was very impressive watching them do that. So, thank you for asking that question.
You're welcome.
Anything else?
Some guy called Josh Pena
Josh Pena, another somewhat familiar name. Okay.
Is asking, what made you want to start writing for comics and not for film or television, considering you had more experience in the film industry?
Well, I actually have written for film and television. I have done a screenplay or two in my time. But I really, over the last, the last decade, I've leaned more back towards comics just because I appreciate the characters and I appreciate what they stand for, what they can stand for. And I think that, I don't know, comic books are something, they're a really great way for somebody to, I don't want to say model their life after somebody, but I mean, if you could be more like Captain America, wouldn't you want to be more like Captain America? A stand-up guy who goes in and kicks ass, and he does the right thing and all that stuff. That's a role model. That's somebody that you want to. That's somebody you want to be. Somebody, or at the very least, somebody you want to know. I appreciate what they can be for the readers, what they can do for the readers. So that's what I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of that. I want to help with that, and write characters and write them better, and make them better and bigger and stronger and all that. So that's my answer. Anything else?
Yeah, that was that one last one that we came up with.
Okay.
Did you ever watch the Japanese version of the show?
Yeah, we talked about this a little while ago. Did I ever watch the Sentai Mega Ranger? Yes. That is awesome. If you never get a chance to, if you've never had a chance to see it, go see it. Find it somewhere. Look it up on YouTube. I don't care how you get it. Go fly to Japan or something, but find it. Watch the series. Even if you don't speak Japanese, no, you're not going to know what the hell they're saying. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter, because the action in it is amazing. It is so damn brutal. There is blood. There is broken bones. There's bruises. There's people getting killed. It's so glorious. I love it. It sucked for me that I actually saw footage from Sentai Mega Ranger. I saw that while I was on the show, while I was doing Power Rangers, and it really just pissed me off that we were doing such baby stuff compared to what they were doing, in Japan. It was so brutal. I loved it. My character, Andros, in our series, in Rangers in Space, was a fairly even match with Ecliptor. We were, for the most part, on par with each other. We were pretty close. In Mega Ranger, no. Ecliptor will kill you real quick. So, that was awesome. Because he's also like Darth Vader, too. And by now, I think most people, they know that I have somewhat of a affinity for Star Wars and Darth Vader. But, yeah, he was badass. So, yeah, watch it. Watch the Mega Ranger series. So, I think that's all we got. That's all the questions that I saw, or at least all of them that I got written down, and let these guys look over, and they were going to ask me and all that stuff like that. So, that's it for now. Maybe in the future I'll do another video, and you guys come up with more questions. Throw them my way. Throw them on my Facebook, my Facebook fan page, my Facebook page, the West Coast Comics Facebook page. You could put them on my Instagram. You could put them on my Twitter. You could put it on the website, or www.westcoastcomics.net, because I haven't said that enough. When we're on Twitch live streaming, you can ask me questions then. Just ask, and, I will answer. I will tell you guys whatever you want to know. Okay? So, that's me. I'm going to sign off. You guys all have a great day. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.